Have you ever had a good idea and wondered if you could make some money doing what you love? Sure, but you don't have your own store, you don't have your own website, so what do? Well, these two crafters and designers have found a way. This is Chris Stone from Flyleaf Designs and Shelley Aholm from Curly Girls Designs, and you can find them both on Etsy. For those of you who know Etsy, you know what I'm talking about, and you're going to love this segment. And for those of you who don't, pay attention because you might become addicted like some other people I know. So let me start. I'm going to start with Shelley. Okay. Tell us about your designs. First of all, what do you make?
I make anything that's basically a hair accessory for girls. We do hats, hats, bows, clippies, headbands, ponytail streamers, angel puffs, anything. So.
Well, I actually ran into you at the Mom and Pop place in downtown Neenah, and I bought a hat for my daughter Zoe, and we have a picture of her in the hat, and I thought it was so adorable. And then I noticed on the tag attached to the hat that you were on Etsy.
Correct.
And for people who don't know, while we look at how cute. Oh, so cute. What is Etsy?
It's really just a site for crafters from around the world that you can list your items and have your own store and pay a very nominal fee to list your items, and people can come and look, and then they take a 3% cut whenever you sell an item from Etsy.
Well, let's take a look at some of the things that you have here, and as we're doing that, you say that you always have to evolve, otherwise there's too much competition on that site?
Yes, Etsy is very good as a site that carries it. They give a lot of support to their sellers. They send things out, how to package things, how to list things, ideas for changing for the seasons. So that's a really good idea. Excuse me. But to know what season is coming up, Valentine's Day, Easter, change, and keep something new, keep something different, and you need to find a niche on Etsy.
I love this. It would be perfect for Valentine's Day, this little headband. But I'm also wearing, I know you can't really see it, but it's a bottle cap pendant.
Correct.
And then you design them for people in particular. This one says?
I try.
And why?
Because of your triathlete
And you're going to try it too, huh?
Exactly. No. So I've actually found a graphic designer on Etsy. I'm not a big graphics person, but then I contacted her, and she does a lot of my graphic designs I have ideas, she does them, and we work together that way. So
what's also neat, don't quit your day jobs if you think you have an idea. They both have day jobs. You're a teacher in Neenah.
Correct.
And Chris, I've known for years just because I get my pictures developed at Woodman's. And you work in the photography department. But this is your extra.
Yes.
Your design company, Flyleaf Designs. I could have also had you in the Living Green segment because you do a lot of recycling. Can you talk about your work?
Yes. Basically, I take old books that nobody has a use for anymore. Some of them are beat up and just out of date. I usually don't use new books.
You're basically recycling.
Exactly, I'm basically recycling things that are taken out because the content is out of date, and then I use them in different ways. Like these are purses.
I've never seen these of yours before.
And this is an old typewriter manual. So this is a book cover?
Yep,
it's an old typewriter manual.
And you turned it into a purse?
Yep.
And then the pendant you're wearing is like the other ones that you brought. You turn into necklaces or earrings.
They're made out of book board, so they're actually the hard cover of books that don't have any kind of interesting cover on them. And then I take pages from the purses that I use, paint them, stamp them, seal them.
How did you get that idea?
Well, actually, the book purses I saw when I was on vacation, but she didn't do it the way that I would do it. She didn't stabilize the spine and the lining could be pulled out. She just used like drapery cording for the handles, and I thought, that's a really clever idea, but I think I can improve on it. And everything else kind of evolved from that. Once you dismantle books, you kind of learn how you can use each piece.
Well, I know you do craft shows and you do other shows around the area. How does Etsy work for you? Is it paying off?
It does. I think the key with Etsy is you really do have to have the time to dedicate to it. It's not like you just post stuff and magically people just buy stuff. There's a lot of research that goes into it. And I think one of the keys with Etsy is you really have to have enough stuff to post on a daily basis, because the more you post, the higher up that hit list that when people search for stuff.
There's a system.
There's a system.
And I know people who are kind of addicted to it, and they,
Yes. I buy more from Etsy
than you sell.
Yes.
Well, if you would like to check out, it's just great stuff. I brought my checkbook because maybe they'll let me do a little shopping while they're here. But Curly Girls Designs and Flyleaf Designs signs. Their Etsy stores are online, fox11online.com. Click on Good Day Wisconsin. If the links aren't there just yet, they will be later this morning. Thanks, ladies.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It was
Thanks
very
for
nice to
having
meet
us on.
you. And if you're an Etsy person, give me a little jingle or Facebook me or email me, and maybe we'll get you on the show someday.